Hi, this is Antonio Artes from Evidence Based Behavior, or EB2 for short, and a spin-off company from the Universidad Carlos III de Madrid. EB2 is a company that developed an e-health solution that basically transform all the digital interaction with the digital world from the patient into actionable information for healthcare professional, caregiver, and patient. We focus on mental health care because it's a very important problem. 20% of the population will suffer one mental disease along his life. Depression is one of the mental diseases is the leading cause of disability. Also, in terms of annual cost, it is huge, including direct and indirect medical and non-medical costs. In Europe, the cost of mental health is near 1 million of euros annually. And it is not also a question of cost, but it is also a question of human life. Perhaps some people are not very aware that the number of committed suicide doubled the number of car accidents in Europe, in Western Europe. So why are those numbers so high? Well, one of the reasons is because mental diseases are a chronic condition. The care is episodic, so one patient sees their doctor one time every month, or one time every 2 or even 3 months. And when they're interviewed by their doctor, they provide information that can be biased, so they don't have proper information. And all this fact puts the familiar caregiver into serious trouble for managing the pathologic diseases. So what MindCare provides? MindCare, making use of smartphone apps and a portal for healthcare professionals, capture all the interaction from the patient with the digital world and make use of artificial intelligence in order to transform all this data into clinically validated indicator of the status of the patient. Our main competitors are in the United States or globally. There is Ginger.io, that is one of the pioneers of the use of artificial intelligence in mental health care. And in Europe is Monsenso, but all of them are very different. Their scope is different from ours. So why our solution is unique? First of all, because we don't need any interaction from the patient with any app. The only thing that we need from the patient is to bring their own home, their own smartphone. The second one, it is that we are not based on an interview or a score or any kind of subjective information. We are based on objective information, the number of steps, the hour the patient sleep, etc., etc. The third one is that we don't use only the information that we gather from the smartphone. We are going to Facebook, we are going to Fitbit, and we are going to many other places in order to gather all the data that relate the digital interaction of the patient in the digital world. Also, we use all this bunch of information and we aggregate them into the single indicators. So we don't use simple indicator at the number of steps or the number of sleep hours. We provide information about the behavior stability and the behavior changes. And also, we are able to plug our solution in any existing patient management system, in any existing healthcare record. And all of this make our system scalable in terms of patient and scalable in terms of user. The market here is huge, and only considering a very tiny portion of this market, that is the market that is served by private healthcare insurer in France, Spain, and USA, and considering a ridiculous share of the market that is less than 2%, make the system to work. Our market traction is mainly for the user, for patient. They provide a way of self-managing their disease to the patient, and the patient is accepted. More than 85% of the patient doesn't refuse our system. They provide also gain to healthcare professional, and because they provide real-time information on patient behavior that allow for real-time intervention. And for the agent that has to pay for all of this, for the healthcare payer and provider, they provide new customer attraction because they provide a very useful tool for managing patient diseases, and a cost saving mainly in hospitalization. Our revenue model is very classical. It's a B2B, using software as a service with a single product and monthly subscription. Our market entrance is planned to be geographically first into Spain and France, where we are currently doing some clinical studies and doing some pilot project. And after that, the USA and the United States of America, and then the rest of the world. And the by customer type, we are approaching first to private healthcare providers and healthcare payers. After that, there is the pharma, CRO, and etc. And the last, and is long term, is the public health system. This is the EB2 team that is composed by psychiatrists and engineer and businessmen. In the first row, there is the founder of the company. In the second is some of the employees. And in the third one, there is some of the advisor of the company. Okay, thank you very much.